Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman29, and still here having another beer. Looks like I've been drinking a lot today, but this is only beer number 2. That's my day off, getting ready to go into the holiday. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year. And before that, I just want to explain something. I was trying to read The Last Week by Marcus Borg, Dominic Crossan. Borg is kind of okay. Crossan, I think they're both Christian scholars. I know Dominic Crossan is, and they're all members of the Jesus Seminary. Don't really like that group. Mainly, what they do is they run around and try to place time periods on, what Jesus said and when, and whatnot. But they do it all by a vote. I don't really care about that. But they had some really good points in here. And one of the things that I wanted to bring up is they're explaining a place in Mark, I believe it is Mark chapter 11, where Jesus curses the fig tree for a strange reason. I mean, it was out of season, it didn't have any fruit. Then it's intermixed with the Jesus getting mad again, cleaning out the temple, and then Peter remembers the curse on the tree when they walk back. So this is a writing style. Shows up 5 or 6 times in Mark, where two metaphors are bounced off one another, intermingled, and it's more or less an interpretation that Jesus expects to find fruit in both places, and it's found lacking, which is why he cleans out the temple, and he quotes Jeremiah 7:11 here about the temple being a den of thieves, and that's the answer to the parable right there. But Christians go on about this, that God doesn't require sacrifice anymore, and he doesn't require the ritualistic ideas. But they're mistaken, because he does. And the reason why he says all this stuff, condemning sacrifice and worship, in Jeremiah 7:5-7, and there's a really great text, Amos 5:21-24, and also Micah, which is an excellent text, Micah 6:6-8, and Hosea 6:6, which some of all the Christians use, but they don't understand the Jewish concept of sacrifice. Look up the Jewish word for sacrifice. Go to a Jewish site, see if you can find something on it. It's totally different than the Christian theology. Because what happened was, as time progressed, suffering and substitution ended up becoming a major part of the idea of sacrifice as the way Christians thought about it. But that happened after the religion of Jesus became a religion about Jesus. So that's where it all changed. In Paul and in John, they really pushed the suffering, they really pushed the substitution. But when you look in Judaism, it's a totally different thing. So what was the Old Testament saying here? Why did God say that? I don't, take away the noise of your songs. I will not listen to the melody of your harps, and all that. What was he saying? He was saying that justice and mercy overrides worship, which is something that a lot of Christian congregations forget today. This ain't a Christian bashing. Well, I guess it is in a way. But it irks me that these mega churches, they sit around complaining about, what should we do? Is works better than faith? All that doesn't amount to a hill of beans, according to the Old Testament text quoted here, unless there is justice first. And that's why anything that you do in worship is nil if there isn't justice and mercy shown towards your neighbor, which says you have to do something, not just show up at your church every Sunday. What is justice? So we can show up at church and profess to be quote-unquote saved, believe in Jesus, and rip off our neighbor next door, treat him harshly because he may think a little bit differently than we do. But But what is justice and what is mercy? And why would the Creator place heavy emphasis on that first, before worship? And that is what, in that text, these scholars believe was the meaning. That here you had people, the whole system wasn't just. Here you had high priests being appointed by Romans. You had the buying of land that was unfair. You had tons of poor people because all these land grabs for power happened and pushed people off their lands. People starving. So here he goes to the temple and expects to find spiritual food there. However, they've made it into a den of thieves. It's all lip service. It's all ritualistic, lacking justice first. So here, it's not abolishing sacrifice, and it's not abolishing worship. It's saying that is suspended and should be suspended if there is no justice. So you need justice first and mercy first before worship, because worship doesn't amount to a hill of beans if there's no justice and no mercy. So Happy New Year's, and I probably preached myself right into church with that sermon, but take care, friends, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.